Question number 17 is to divide polynomials by using the long division method. Let's look into the problems over here. Some of them are tricky. It's all real world problems. The first one is about averages. Bina has a list of n plus 1 numbers. Okay, and she needs to find their average. Two of the numbers are given as n cubed and 2. So she has n plus 1 numbers. We don't know what that is, but these two are the numbers in that. Each of the other number each of the other n minus 1 number are equal to 1. See now n minus 1 numbers, so n plus 1, sorry. So one number is given, another number is given, and the rest are so many numbers. So if at all you imagine there is 6 numbers, okay, n is 6, so there are 6 plus 1, how many? 7 total numbers. They have told us 2 numbers, okay, and n minus 1 is what? 6 minus 1. The remaining 5 numbers are all equal to 1. Okay, they're 1, 1, 1, 1. We need to find average. So average means what exactly? Now if this is 6, 6 cube is 216. So it's 216 plus 2 plus 1 and divided by 7, right? All the total numbers. Instead of this example, I will just give you another easy example. Imagine I have number 8, 2, 1, 1, 1, just for understanding's sake. I need to find the average of these. What do? I will add them all up. I will add these numbers and divide it by the number, total number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the average. But here we don't know this n. We can't just guess any number. But we know one number is n cubed, one more is 2, and all the other numbers, all the n minus 1 numbers, this can be 5 remaining numbers are all 1, or 6 numbers or 7 numbers. We don't know how many remaining, but they are all equal to 1. So what we can write is they're all 1, but how many numbers are there, remaining numbers? N minus 1 multiplied by 1. So if there are 5 remaining numbers, it will be 5 times 1, so it's 5 into 1. 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, you have to plus them. So this is the reason why we write it like this. Now divided by, what are the total numbers? Total numbers are n plus 1. This is the main equation to write. Once you write this, then you can solve it up. N cube as it is plus here 2 plus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1. The denominator remains. Now when you simplify this further, you will get n cube. I'll write plus n. And lastly, plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Now, we can simplify this how? We can find, we can do long division method. Now here in this particular question, they have not done, they have done synthetic division over here. See, now you can see this, n cube plus 0 n square is not there, so n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. If you divide, they have done synthetic division, that is fine. We have to just find the quotient over here, that is the average, right? If you divide these both, you get the average. This is the answer. But how exactly you do is, I will talk about synthetic division in the question number 18. So I will do long division over here because they mentioned long division. So what we do is, this dividend, we write it inside. I will just erase the left side. I hope this is clear. So now I'll erase all this over here. And you're remaining with the dividend n cube plus, there is no n squared, so it is 0 n squared plus n plus 1 divided by, what is this? N plus 1. Now what do you have to multiply over here? What do you have to multiply to get n cube? So it is basically like this, n multiplied by dash, sorry, unknown number dash equals n cube. This is power 1, it should be n power 2, isn't it? So here multiply by n squared, so you'll get n times n squared is n cube, and this multiply over here. I hope you know this by now. This is simple, just long division. Change the symbols, signs, minus and minus, cancels off. What is remaining here? 0 n squared minus n will be minus n squared only. Now next bring this down, n comes down, plus n. Now what do you have to multiply to n to get minus n squared? It will be minus n. Minus n will be minus n squared. So minus n will be written over here, and now multiply. It'll be minus n squared minus, again n. 1 times n is n. Change the signs, it will just change to opposite sign. If they were different signs, plus and minus, it will be minus and plus. So this cancels. What happens over here? It will be plus 2n. Now bring this down, it will be plus 1. Now what do you have to multiply over here? Times dash is equal to 2n. Now you can't multiply anything. Sorry. Oh yeah, you have to multiply. You have to multiply 2. Not I meant not any n, only the constant. Okay? Only 2 times n is the answer. So it's plus 2. You will get 2n plus 2, and the remainder over here will be minus 1. So this is the answer. Now, whichever method you do, ultimate answer will be the same. N squared minus n plus 2, and this minus 1 remainder, always remember, I will write how to write this. I'll just erase this part here, and I will write the remainder. It's very important to write the remainder like that only. The answer, the average over here is by long division, n square minus n plus 2. But this remainder is also a part of answer. So you write minus 1 divided by the divisor n plus 1. Always by the divisor. Whatever the divisor is, whatever is remainder over here, if it's x or 1 or 2, write it over here and divide by the divisor. That's the answer. That's the final answer. Okay. So that's how we do it. We will look into this long division in a while. Long division only can be used when there is no coefficient over here. It should be only 1, only like this. Okay. N plus something. Then we can use long division. It's synthetic division. Very, very easy it is. Now the next problem here. The volume of a cylinder is given by pi into this term. If the height of the cylinder is so much, find the area of its base in terms of x and pi. Now, what is the area formula in terms of volume and height? See, I will write area into height is equal to volume. We know this is the formula, right? Now, we know the volume, we know the height, we need the area. Take the h to the other side, it will be v divided by h is equal to area. This is the concept. So basically divide this by this. Just now we have done it the same concept. You can see this entire term divided by this term. What would happen now? They have again used synthetic division. So I'll just tell you how synthetic division is done. First thing, this term is there, right? X plus 40, make it equal to 0. What is x equal to? Minus 40. This is the first thing you have to do. That is the divisor here, minus 40. These terms over here, see now pi is removed out common, let it be outside only, at the end we can multiply. Now this over here, write the coefficients. What is the coefficient here? Nothing, means 1. What is the coefficient over here? 32. Minus 304. Last one 640. These are the coefficients. Now the first term, no matter what, comes down itself, like this only, it will be 1. Now what you have to do is, I always remember like this. Now my name is Justin, so I just remember this. Why I remember this? Because from a long time, when I first studied this, I was always remembering this one. Okay, it's like a plus sign and this will be joined. How I remember is, how I write my name, my signature, something like that. And I remember this signature part of mine. Why I'm telling you, this number comes down, this number is multiplied here and written over here. See, it's kind of like that, isn't it? This number comes down, multiplied over here, and write it over here. So this is the symbol, okay? Now I will just remove all that. Here, this 1 comes down, multiply this 1 over here with minus 40. What's the answer? Negative 40 itself, right? I will do the markings over here. And after multiplying, you write it over here. So this will be minus 40. Now what you do is you add these two terms, add them and write. What is minus 40 plus 32? It will be minus 8. Now again multiply this with 40. Now 8 4s are 32. It will be minus minus positive 32 and 0 is there. Add this up. What happens when you add it up? It will be 16. 20 minus 4 is 16. Now this multiplied by 40. Okay, 16 times 4 is 32, 64 minus 64 and 0. Add it up, 0. This is it. You're continuing the same procedure. This comes like this all the time till the end. Now this last term is always the remainder and this is the quotient. Now what happens is this is the constant term. Now always what you start with, you started with x cube, right? The quotient will be 1 degree less all the time. Here this is x square, x and constant c. Now when you're writing this, it is x square. What is the coefficient of x square? 1. We don't write it. Minus 8x and lastly plus 16. This is the answer. There is no remainder. So this is the answer. But don't forget the pi which is multiplied outside. So this will be the final answer over here. Pi into x square minus 8x plus 16. They told it right in terms of x and pi. It's in terms of x and pi outside. This is the answer. That is the synthetic division. That is what we will do in question number 18. But since over here they have mentioned it, do it. Because long division just takes a long time. This is the synthetic division. Now then over here they are told to rewrite. Now the same concept. This has to be done in long division because look at the problem. It's 2x plus 4. So you have to do the long division over here. Each step is mentioned. And then write the final answer. Now what is the remainder? See, they have written write the remainder divided by divisor. The remainder is 0. 0 divided by anything is 0. So we don't write anything here. Only this answer. See, only this answer is written. Okay. What is the remainder? They have just asked the remainder. Remainder is 0. And this is the quotient. That's the answer. And same concepts over here. The long division. Now they have done a bit of long division. But we don't know the answers. So we have to trace back. Now we can see the first term over here is 3x. What has been multiplied? How do you understand? Now it is some unknown number multiplied with 3x. That will give you 9x square. What is that number? You can just divide 9x square by this. It will be 3. 3 times 3 is 9x. Here it will be 3x first term. Okay, 3x multiplied by 3x will be given 9x square. And what do you have to multiply here? Okay, both are unknowns. So this is a bit tricky. Wait, let's come to it in a while. This is unknown multiplied with unknown. This is equal to 3x. So it's not enough information over here. There are two unknowns. Okay. Now, oh, I'm so sorry. I just confused myself. This is the unknown multiplied with this. I am so sorry. We are always looking at the first term only. This multiplied the first term right over here. The second term multiplied by the first term itself. So some unknown number multiplied by 3x will give us 3x here. So it's 1, isn't it? It should be plus 1. So 3x plus 1. If you have 3x plus 1, multiply 3x, it will be 9x squared. Multiply this, it will be 3x. That's the thing. Now when you solve this, now what is, okay, we have traced the quotient. That's fine. We don't know this dividend, right? How do we do that? Now look over here. We are basically adding these both up. Adding these both, but the sign changes here. Okay? Adding these both up, the sign changes and the answer is this. So you're basically adding some unknown number to what? To minus 3x. That will be equal to minus 3x. This cancels, it's 0. It should be 0 minus so much because they both are equal. So over here it will be 0, 0 plus. Okay. And then now some number was there that is brought down. What is that number? It is 5. It should be 5 over here, isn't it? It will be plus 5. That is directly brought down. So this is the thing. Now what next number would you multiply to continue this method? You have to just multiply by minus 1 because 3x times minus 1 is over here. And 3x times minus 1 will be minus 3x. 1 times minus 1 will be minus 1. Now change the signs. You will get this 0. And over here you will be plus sign. So it will be 6 plus 6. So that will be the answer. You can see. Okay, they have not done this last step. But anyways, if you do also, you will get this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot one thing. All the things are correct. 0x. When you multiply anything with 0, it's 0 only, understood. But since you know after x square comes x, so let's write 0x. Then other things is there. But they have not continued it, so I don't think so that is required. But if you want to continue, you can do that, okay? The divisor is over here. That's the answer. Now over here again you need to divide this long division method. Please do this. The divisor, the remainder is 6. So you write 6 divided by the divisor over here. This is the final answer. And what else over here again? See, please make sure. Okay, what did they ask? Check your work. Okay, you need to check about this. So how would you do it? Basically, if you start multiplying all this, you will get the question only, but that's just a onerous task. Most probably just ask you divisor. Now we are identify this. Qx is quotient, Rx is remainder, G of x is divisor. That's it. Now again you can check this. See, now I'll just give you an example. In numbers, if I give you an example, it will be much easier to understand. If you have 80 divided by, let's take a smaller number so it will be much easier. 21 divided by 4. What's the answer? It will be 5 times 20 and your remainder is 1, isn't it? Now how do you write this? You can write this as 5 plus 1 by 4. That is 5 and a quarter. It's basically 5.25. The answer is, right? If you put in the calculator. So this is correct answer. Now, how would you get back? How would you check this? To check this, I have to just multiply this 5.25 with this 4. And this must give me 21. This is basically what you're doing over here also, okay? So multiply this entire term with this divisor. You must get what? You must get 21. So I'll just multiply over here because this is about rationals, right? So what happens over here? Multiply this 4 inside. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 4 by 4. It will be 20 plus 1, that is 21. And yes, that was the dividend. So that is correct. This is the check, basically, original dividend. That's the thing. Multiplying. You first multiply and then add the divisor. That's also the same thing, okay? After you multiply, just add the remainder, sorry. Now, another way is, what is this? 4 times 5 and then you add this 1 up. That's the answer. Now again over here, same thing, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized over here they have told polynomial is divided by this and the answer is given and the remainder is given. So it is basically some unknown value. Okay, I'll write a, you divide it by 4x minus 6. The answer, the quotient is given as 2x squared plus x plus 1 and finally the remainder is minus 4. How would you check? Multiply these two first. It will be 2x squared plus x plus 1 multiplied by 4x minus 6. When you multiply this, distributive property, let's take this from here. It will be 4 into 2, 8x cube plus 4x squared plus 4x minus 6 times 2 is 12x squared minus 6x minus 6. Now simplify this 8x cube, then what is over here? Minus 8x squared and lastly we have minus 2x and over here it is minus 6. Now add the remainder, minus 4, the answer will be 8x cubed minus 8x squared minus 2x minus 6 minus 6 minus 4 will be minus 10. This is the final answer. Just multiply the divisor and the quotient and then add up the remainder. So are we getting the same answer? Yes, that's the correct answer. 8x cubed minus 8x squared minus 2x minus 10 after adding the remainder. That's it. And over here the last problem, this is the 36th problem. Luciana has a square garden. A new garden will have the same width and length, that is 3 feet more than twice the width of the original garden. Okay. Now this is the garden, right? We don't know the value of this original garden. It's a square like x and x or anything, L and L, anything. Now the original garden will be this much. The new garden will be 3 feet more than twice the width. Now width is x, 2x plus 3. This is what you're getting. Okay. Now, how would you basically find, this side is same, only the width is changed. Okay. The length is same width and the length, that is, so sorry, width is same, only length changes to 2x plus 3. Now, what is the thing? Define the variable, copy the diagrams, label. Okay, this is what we have done. The A, just write the diagrams and label the sides. Write a ratio to represent the percent increase in area, of the garden. Use the polynomial division to simplify the expression. So percent increase is basically the new value minus the original value, divided by the original, always division by original. Okay, this is the percent increase because we're finding the increase, right? How much is increase, multiplied by 100 to get his percentage. This is the formula. Write a ratio to represent the percent increase of the garden. Use polynomial division. Okay, what you're basically doing is, let's write what is the new area. So multiply these two. The original area was x squared. What is new area? Multiply 2x into x squared plus 3x. So let's write it in the formula over here. New area is 2x squared plus 3x minus x squared divided by x squared into 100. Now this can be simplified further. I'll just write it up. This will be what? It will be x squared plus 3x divided by x squared multiplied by 100 is there. But this also can be simplified. How? Distributive property. This is x squared by x squared plus 3x by x squared. Let's just go to a blank spot. Okay, this is blank. Over here, you're doing this, and then what is there? It will be 1 because x squared by x squared plus 3 by x, the whole times 100. That is the variable equation for the second problem. What was the second problem? This is the percentage increase in the area. Now they are telling if the original garden was 12 foot square, find the answer. Okay, if this was 12, x was 12, just use the calculator over here, guys. We will take a calculator and solve. Here all you need to do is 1 plus 3 by 12, whole thing, put brackets, multiply it with 100. So it's 125. So percent increase from this old to the new one is, how much we got? 125. I just now had the memory of a goldfish because I just forgot what was the number. It's 125%. Okay, it's percentage. Let's just check the answers. Over here, let me just remove this. We get xx. This is what we had written. And then you can solve over here. See, we have to just solve this up. And wait a minute. Okay, this is the answer. 1.25 or 125%. Okay, they have, let me just go back. Now here they have written percentage change. Basically, see, the increase means, let me just see over here. They have told percent increase for both the times. The area of the new design would be percent. Okay, really, see, there are two formulas. One formula is percent change. That's what I think. We call it like new value divided by the original value multiplied by 100. This is change. That's how what's changing. It's 225% change. But increase means you must find the original value. We found the original value, right? New minus the original. Sorry, this is the difference in both. Divided by the original into 100. Okay. So I remember long back, not now exactly, but much long back, for one of the maybe 1 year ago or something, I was trying to figure out this, but I don't exactly remember. There's a difference between these two. One is maybe percent change or something. One is percent increase. See, over here, you can find the increase or decrease. And this particular formula can be positive or negative. This 125 means here it's something, right? More than this by 125%. That is what they are telling. Okay, more than this extra 125. Whereas this one is telling the total percentage change of this. This entire thing is 225. Okay, see, now if this is 100, this much is 100, right? Now 125 is the increase in the new figure. See, this is the 125. If this is 100, this is 100, and this is 125, the increase. That is percent increase. See, over here it's mentioned. But what is the change exactly? Change is basically entire thing. That is 100 plus 125 is 225. That is what it is. But here they have given the same heading, but just understand this is the difference. So make sure you write it like this. Show it in the figure like this. Then I'm sure you'll get full marks no matter what. So that is the thing. And that's the end of this particular lesson, of a particular question. I hope this is clear. It's more of reasoning problems, so understand the question thoroughly and then go to solve the problems.